Big stories, big pressure, big nights at Anfield. This is Anfield Central, your home for the latest Liverpool news, transfers and sharp analysis. No noise, just what matters to real Reds. So if you love Liverpool, hit subscribe and stay ahead of every story. Let's get into it.
Nambdi Collins takes a major step toward Liverpool move, with reports suggesting that he's taken a decisive step toward a summer move to Anfield. German influence has shaped Liverpool's modern identity, largely under Jurgen Klopp, whose high-intensity Gegenpressing philosophy transformed the club's mentality and restored it to Europe's elite. Even in the post-Klopp era, that connection remains strong. The arrival of Florian Wirtz last summer signaled the beginning of a new German chapter at Anfield, with the playmaker becoming one of the club's marquee figures and a central face of the Adidas brand. Now, Liverpool may be preparing to strengthen that German core even further. The Reds remain in the market for a centre-back, despite the expected arrival of Jeremy Jacquet, as uncertainty continues to surround the long-term futures of key defenders. Ibrahima Konaté's contract is set to expire at the end of the season, while Virgil van Dijk and Joe Gomez are both entering the final years of deals that run until 2027. With that in mind, defensive depth has become a priority, and Nambdi Collins is firmly on the radar. According to Sky Sports, the German international is a target for Liverpool, and crucially he has recently changed his agency in what is being viewed as a significant step toward facilitating a move this summer. The report suggests Collins is keen on a transfer, and that development alone has heightened speculation around Anfield. At just 22 years old, Collins fits the profile Liverpool typically look for: young, athletic, tactically intelligent, and capable of developing into a long-term starter. He's blessed with exceptional pace, a key attribute for any defender operating in a high defensive line. His recovery speed allows him to track runners in behind, while his reading of the game enables him to anticipate danger before it fully develops. Technically, he is equally impressive. Collins is comfortable building from the back and confident stepping into midfield with the ball, a trait that aligns perfectly with Liverpool's progressive approach under Arne Slot. Rather than simply recycling possession, he has the ability to break lines and carry the team forward, adding another dimension to defensive build-up play. He's also aggressive in duels, strong in 1-versus-1 situations, and tactically versatile, capable of playing both at centre-back and full-back. That flexibility would offer immediate squad depth, while his age suggests there is still significant room for growth. For the right price, this is a move that appears to make strategic and sporting sense for Liverpool. And with Collins already taking practical steps behind the scenes, this is a situation that could accelerate quickly in the coming weeks. Would you like to see Nambdi Collins at Anfield next season, or should Liverpool aim for a more established centre-back? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. If you're enjoying the latest Liverpool updates, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any breaking transfer news.
Arne Slot's same old story deepens as Liverpool's slow starts and late collapses exposed. Liverpool's 9th Premier League defeat of the season has intensified scrutiny on Arne Slot, with worrying trends now impossible to ignore. If matches lasted only 45 minutes, Liverpool would be sitting 9th in the table this season. It may sound like a throwaway statistic, but it underlines a pattern that has defined this turbulent campaign. Last season's slow and methodical starts were often interpreted as Liverpool figuring out opponents before overpowering them with superior fitness and quality. That theory held weight as the Reds lost just twice before sealing the title in April and ultimately cruised to a 10-point triumph. Those ordinary first halves were quickly forgotten amid celebrations of a 20th league title. This season, however, the same approach has spiraled into what Slot himself described at Molineux as the same old story. Liverpool have scored in the first half of just 11 of their 29 league games, and have managed more than one first-half goal only 4 times. In fact, they rank as low as 8th in expected goals during opening periods. Even their attacking output has dipped alarmingly. Mo Salah and Cody Gakpo, who combined for 39 league goals last season and 52 in all competitions, have managed just 11 between them in the Premier League this term. Against Wolves, both wide players lacked incision and invention, as Liverpool struggled to break down a disciplined defence. Slot's system is heavily reliant on wide forwards delivering decisive contributions. Right now, that return has been nowhere near sufficient. The absence of Alexander Isak, signed for £125 million but unavailable for much of the season, has only increased the burden on Hugo Ekitike. Yet, even with significant investment in Isak, Ekitike and Florian Wirtz, Liverpool's attack still looks short of pace, power and clinical edge. Blaming Salah or a confidence-hit Gakpo alone would be simplistic. Slot has insisted that slow starts are not down to approach, but those explanations are beginning to wear thin. Opponents are under no obligation to play into Liverpool's strength. Constant references to low blocks and set pieces are starting to sound repetitive, especially with 9 defeats now on the board. And the problems are not limited to the opening stages. Andre Trindade's 93rd-minute winner for Wolves marked the 5th time Liverpool have lost to a goal scored after stoppage time. That is the worst such record by any team in a single Premier League campaign. When late equalisers conceded to Leeds United and Fulham are added into the equation, it becomes clear this is not bad luck, it is a pattern. Virgil van Dijk was quick to defend the performance in context. He said, "You can't compare them. Tonight it was a massive deflection. We had chances to make it 2-1 to us. I had a massive chance. Mo had one that got intercepted. It could have gone the other way as well." He acknowledged responsibility, adding, "The fact is we lost tonight, and in my opinion that's all down to us, with all due respect to Wolves." On the issue of slow starts, Van Dijk admitted it's a combination of factors. You have to try to drag them out to one side and then move it quickly to the other to create 1v1s or runners in behind. Our decision-making was not good. We could have created more and got into a lot more promising positions. The message is clear. Improvement must come quickly, starting with Friday's FA Cup clash. For a team that once prided itself on relentless intensity, Liverpool now face a defining question. Can Arne Slot fix these recurring issues before the season slips completely away? Do you think Liverpool's problems are tactical, mental, or simply down to personnel? Let me know your view in the comments. And if you want in-depth Liverpool analysis every week, make sure to like the video and subscribe so you never miss an update.
Arne Slot predicted Mohamed Salah's Liverpool decline as 2025-26 numbers plummet. Mohamed Salah may have scored in the 2-1 defeat to Wolves, but the bigger picture tells a worrying story for Liverpool. Before that goal at Molineux, Salah had gone 9 consecutive Premier League games without scoring, his longest drought in the competition since arriving at Anfield. For a player who has defined Liverpool's attacking identity for years, that statistic alone underlines just how sharp the drop-off has been this season. And remarkably, Arne Slot saw it coming. Speaking in May 2025 after Liverpool secured their 2nd Premier League title, Slot was asked about the extraordinary standards Salah had set during the 2024-25 campaign. According to The Athletic, Slot admitted even then that maintaining those numbers would be extremely difficult. Yeah, and standards he's probably not going to live up to in the upcoming 2 seasons, Slot said. I hope he can, but it's not even necessary. At the time, it felt like cautious realism. Now, it looks prophetic. After 29 league matches this season, Salah has registered just 5 goals and 6 assists. At the same stage last year, he had already delivered 27 league goals and 17 assists, a staggering contrast. The decline is not limited to domestic football either. Last season's Champions League group stage, Salah produced 3 goals and 4 assists. This campaign he has managed 2 goals and 1 assist. So what has changed? Liverpool's collective struggles have certainly played a part, as has the departure of Trent Alexander-Arnold, whose creativity and service were often key to Salah's output. But former Premier League striker Darren Bent believes there is a more natural explanation. At some point it's going to catch you up, especially when you're someone like Salah who relies on he's a genius, he's got great feet, but he relies a lot on his pace. He added, eventually that's going to start to waver, especially when you're playing as many minutes as he is. Salah turns 33 this season, and after years of relentless output, the physical demands may finally be taking their toll. With just 12 months remaining on his contract this summer and continued interest from the Saudi Pro League, Liverpool face a difficult decision. Do they back their club legend to rediscover his spark, or consider a sale while his value remains significant? What would you do if you were in Liverpool's position? Keep Salah for one more push or cash in this summer? Let me know in the comments. And if you want more in-depth Liverpool analysis like this, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Georgi Mamardashvili's Liverpool move branded failure as Valencia circle. Liverpool's long-term goalkeeping plan is already under scrutiny, with reports in Spain claiming Georgi Mamardashvili's move to Anfield has failed to unfold as expected. The Georgian international arrived last summer in a pre-agreed deal worth around €35 million after impressing at Euro 2024. Sporting director Richard Hughes secured the signing, but Mamardashvili remained on loan at Valencia for the 2024-25 season before officially joining Liverpool. The idea was clear: he would arrive as Alisson Becker's understudy and eventual successor. However, reality has looked very different. Mamardashvili has started only a handful of Premier League matches and featured in selected Champions League and domestic fixtures, but he has not come close to displacing Alisson as Liverpool's number one. According to Spanish outlet El Desmarque, the goalkeeper's patience is now wearing thin. The initial plan, sign him, loan him to Valencia for a year, and then bring him to Liverpool to replace Alisson, has failed, the report states. His hopes, the promise that he arrived to replace the Brazilian, have come to nothing, and his patience has run out. On the pitch, his performances have largely reflected what Liverpool scouted. He possesses a commanding frame, strong reflexes, and an aggressive presence in 1v1 situations, but there have also been occasional uncertainties under crosses and a clear adaptation period to Liverpool's build-up structure. Inside the club, this season has reportedly been viewed as a bedding-in year rather than a final judgment. Yet externally, speculation is growing. Valencia are said to be closely monitoring the situation, and a return to Mestalla cannot be ruled out. The Spanish side are in the market for a new starting goalkeeper, and Mamardashvili remains an idol among supporters. There is also a financial angle. Valencia retain a 10% sell-on clause in any future transfer, as well as a percentage of training compensation should a move occur. That gives them both emotional and economic incentive to track developments. For Liverpool, a decision may soon be required. Do they accelerate Mamardashvili's pathway and begin preparing for life after Alisson, or accept that their long-term succession plan has stalled and consider moving him on? With Alisson still performing at an elite level, displacing him is no small task. But for a 24-year-old international who joined with ambitions of becoming number one, waiting indefinitely may not be an option. Should Liverpool stick with their original plan or cash in before the situation becomes unsettled? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And if you want the latest Liverpool updates and honest analysis, don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel.
Liverpool's next 5 games compared as Champions League race intensifies. Liverpool missed a huge opportunity to strengthen their grip on a Champions League place after a damaging 2-1 defeat to Wolves. Facing the Premier League's bottom side, the Reds had the chance to pile pressure on their direct rivals. Instead, they slipped up, and the chasing pack responded. A day later, Chelsea produced a statement performance, hammering Aston Villa after going behind inside 2 minutes. Douglas Luiz had given Unai Emery's side the lead, but João Pedro turned the game around with a hat-trick in a ruthless display. Manchester United were also in action, but they faltered. Despite Jacob Ramsey being sent off in the first half, United lost 2-1 at Newcastle, with Will Osler scoring a late winner to leave Michael Carrick's side frustrated. As things stand, Manchester United and Aston Villa sit on 51 points, while Chelsea and Liverpool are locked together on 48. So, how do the next 5 league fixtures compare? Liverpool face Tottenham at home, then Brighton away, followed by Fulham at Anfield, the Merseyside derby against Everton away, and Crystal Palace at home. On paper, several of those matches look winnable, but this season predicting Liverpool's performance has been almost impossible. There are also FA Cup and Champions League ties to navigate, although historically the Reds have sometimes looked sharper when playing more frequently and building rhythm. Manchester United's run includes Aston Villa at home, Bournemouth away, Leeds at home, Chelsea away, and Brentford at home. With no European or Cup distractions, Carrick's side arguably hold a scheduling advantage, even if the fixtures themselves are demanding. Chelsea's next stretch is arguably the toughest. They face Newcastle at home, Everton away, Manchester City at home, Manchester United at home, and Brighton away. Points could be dropped in any of those games, but their performance at Villa showed they can rise to big occasions. Aston Villa, meanwhile, travel to Manchester United before hosting West Ham, then face Nottingham Forest away, Sunderland at home, and Fulham away. Unai Emery's team have been inconsistent, but their upcoming run offers opportunities to steady the ship if they can rediscover form quickly. For Liverpool, the equation is simple. The fixtures are there to be won, but recent performances have raised doubts about consistency and composure in key moments. With the margin for error shrinking, this could be the decisive stretch of the season. Looking at those schedules, who do you think has the toughest run-in, and can Liverpool put together the winning streak they need? Let me know your prediction in the comments.
Steven Gerrard urges Arne Slot to start Rio Ngumah after Wolves' defeat. Emotions were still raw after Liverpool's defeat at Wolverhampton Wanderers when Steven Gerrard made his feelings clear. Speaking on TNT Sports, he insisted 17-year-old Rio Ngumah now deserves a place in the starting 11. He has to start Ngumah now, Gerrard said. He's doing more in a short cameo than Cody Gakpo is in 65 or 70 minutes. He deserves to start the kid on Friday night in the FA Cup. It was a strong message aimed at Arne Slot, especially given the pressure surrounding the team. Gerrard is not alone either. Jamie Carragher has also backed the teenager for a bigger role. Ngumah's 25-minute cameo at Molineux caught the eye. He produced a dangerous cross for Virgil van Dijk and was denied by an excellent save from Jose Sarr that prevented what would have been his second Premier League goal. Add in his bright moments against Nottingham Forest and in the 5-2 win over West Ham, and the case for a start is clearly building. The upcoming FA Cup return to Wolves feels like the ideal opportunity. He does not turn 18 until August, but his pace and directness offers something Liverpool have been missing. Slot has managed him carefully so far, easing him into senior football. But with Mohamed Salah below his usual heights and Gakpo struggling for consistency, the need for energy out wide is obvious. Right now, Ngumah looks like the most natural solution, and Friday night could be the moment to hand him that chance.